Hello everybody. So in this video I'm going to show you how to implement your own dependency injection framework. This is not going to give you to a full extent, but giving you a kind of an idea how the dependency injection work and the approaches you can get for this. And I suppose this will be a good way to actually understand a huge, like a more versatile dependency frameworks like Google Juice or Spring. So this is how you may have to take an approach to take that means a design and a DI frame, a DI approach to your application. So I will use this strategy pattern. That means you have a single interface and there will be multiple multiple implementations of it, and you want to switch it between them. That means as you will, that means you want to move from one to the other. That make this link dynamic. That means you want to inject this link at the runtime, not in the compile time. That means in the compile time we don't know what is the implementation that is going to be used. We just know that the interface to use. So let's start design by the interface. So first I will create a folder, call my DI. Let's go inside there. So I will open a notepad for this as A. Let's call as a person.java. So now we have the file. Let's implement the code, interface, person, and let's have a method called get void get name. Right, now let's have two implementations for this. So you can easily do using copy command, person.java, person, let's say Nimal as a person, right? So this is actually done a copy of it, so but it will be easy to modify certain things in here. Oh, I suppose I have missed this. This has to be string, otherwise this will not be able to pass a name. So let's say return my name is Nima. Right, that has been done. Now I want another implementation of it. So, and as well as I want to kind of change the code of the person. This has to be string. Right, now I need another one. I'll call it Kamal. I will copy the content of Nimal to the Nimal to Kamal.java. Right, now open it. So I'll change the class name to Kamal. But I suppose if the Nimal says the name as my name is Kamal, I say my name is Kamal, it will not that much interesting. I'll say my name is not Nimal and Kamal. So now there's a difference. So now let's have a method. That main method use these classes. Public class main and public static void main string args. So now here I can use whatever the implementation. So to make this interesting, what I will do is I will take the person class and have a static reference in here, person person, new. So here I can have a reference to Nimal. So now there's a strict binding. So this person class has that reference to a default person. So I can access it, but it is Nimal. So now let's go to the main class. So this is the main class, system.out.println. In here I will say that I want person get name. So javc all.java. So it will compile all, but there was issue, incompatible type. Yeah, if you remember, sometimes since I was in a hurry, I may not have implement person in Nimal, and as well as if I go to the Kamal, not sure where the Kamal is. Here it is, Kamal. Both are persons. So let's do the compilation again. I suppose I have a missing. There was some small issues with spellings. Right, still there are. I'm not sure what's the exact issue in here. Implements, let's say, see then what has been done with Nimal. I suppose there should be a spelling mistake in here. Yeah, we are missing a E there. So now you have seen that there were some issues, but when you get used to that, you can correct them easily, because since I'm using Notepad, the probability of end up with an issue is quite high. So I suppose you can forgive on that. But let's continue. Java. Now I will write main.java. Now I can run the main. So now it says Nimal. So that is from the person class. It is kind of strictly binded, highly coupled. So how we can use the little bit of DI to make this flexible, where from my will I want a way that I can change it. So what I will here do is I'll use a system property to access that. For that, what I will do here is I will get person and its class and get class loader and class loader. For name, I will load the class. I will get the name and I'll get the name like this from the system properties. System.get property, and here I'll say the class. From the system property called class, I'll get the class name. So now I will load it, and then I will create new instance from that class and assign to the person. So let's see how this will compile. Yeah, there's a, it says it doesn't know the name. I suppose it is not phoneme. It should be like load class. So there was incompatibility with the type, so we can cast it here to person. But unfortunately there's an exception. So how we are going to handle an exception in an occasion like this? But I have a small trick for this. What I will going to do here is I will create a new object instance here. So then if I let's wrap it first. Now this is not going to be a person. So how can I make it a person? I will write a method called getPerson here. You know that For anonymous inner classes, we can have our own defined method in there, and we have that opportunity to call it once at the very beginning, at just the end of the declaration of it. So here I will have that method. I will make it little bit clear. Person get person, and here I will return this, and I have to close this. And now I can do the exception handling. Try this. Catch any exception as E. We can ask throw new exception, new runtime exception. So let's compile and see. Right, it works fine. So now how this is going to be used. So now if I run this as this, it will come as an exception in initialization, and there's another runtime exception, because this issue occurs when at very beginning, because this comes through a static method, so it is coming as exception on initialization. So now let's remove this. So how we pass the system property? So here, as this way, I'll pass the system property as Nimal. Now it is Nimal. If I want Kamal, it's Kamal. If I put a different name, then it will give an exception, but I'm not going to worry about it, because that's not the point which I'm going to elaborate on here. It's about the DI framework, because here I was dynamically asking the person to initiate a particular type of its own instances. So this is little bit of builder pattern, that like saying that the super type will ask the subtype to have some implementation of it, and little bit of strategy, because you have an interface and there you have two subtypes. I suppose it is quite nice, and you can see the most amazing thing is that you don't have to compile all the things. Let's say if you have another new class called let's say Tom. So we copy the Kamal to Tom, and do something like this. Tom. I'm not Nimal. I'm not neither Nimal, no, Kamal. Tom. So now if I just want to compile this Tom, so this will create the class, and I haven't compiled all the things. So in here, if I just use Tom, it will work as earlier. So the dependency has been dynamically added to the class. And thank you all for watching this video, and if you have any comments and if you want to know something about Java, please just put a comment, and I'll try to create a video or sometimes give answers for them. And thank you all for listening to this video.